transformation is the hardest one. This is where it's no longer something separate. Business is social at this point. It absolutely is in every single part of the organization. And I think many companies want to be at this point, but how do you actually get there? Well, some of the key goals here, again, oftentimes when I talk to leadership, they're looking at this as the end result. They know they have to go through these phases, but they know we're going to end up here, where social is driving that transformation. It's the impetus and the reason to get to this point. And it's about integrating everything in a very holistic way to think about business in a totally new way. It's changing the way the organization works. It's changing the way that you have interactions with your customers. So one key catchphrase here is this last one, that social is everyone's responsibility. Every single person in the organization, everybody, social is part of their job. It's just something that they do. It's like air. So here's an example of a company who does this. Aramark is not a high-tech company. It's the furthest thing from it. They provide dining services for universities, for organizations, for businesses, for the military. They manage the kitchens. And so what they do is have over 250,000 employees who are disconnected. They have different business silos operating in each of their areas of expertise. And they have this workforce that's extremely diverse, not exactly very technical. How do you bring all this together into an organization, into a cohesive whole? Well, they decided 2 years ago to look at social as a unifying force for the organization, to transform the organization, and they began their planning processes with that in mind. I just want to show you quickly what some of the things that they did. First of all, they created a center of excellence that was very far-reaching. It had a core of people, but they also made sure that they had all of these different leaders. They had social delegates in each of the lines of business, and they also have community managers in each of the lines and locations where they are. So if there is a kitchen and a service hall in one location, there is a community manager for that location, working with people internally and also with the customers that they serve. They also made sure that they had training. Every single person, all 250,000 people in the organization are trained on how to use social media. Every single person. It's part of their onboarding. Social is part of the job there. Even though they may not be active in going out there and having a relationship, they know how to do it, they know what they're able to, and it's tiered so that when you need to move into that position, the training is there. But every single person knows what their responsibility is, what their role is inside the social communities, both internally and externally. And then finally, they actually started using this as a way to rebrand themselves. When you have over 400 locations now with community managers, what kind of relationship are you going to have with your customers? What do you say about your brand? What kind of voice do you use? What kind of purpose do you state out there? And so Aramark uses as an opportunity to restart the conversation. And also because of their internal social networks, they were able to find all the best practices and bring the company together. A company that had historically been highly siloed all across the world, coming together on one platform and understanding where everybody is and the context. In many ways, this is what social business is about. It's really about how do you bring and transform an organization using all of that social data that may exist internally, externally, bring it back in.